So hi guys, in this chapter, as I mentioned, I'll be talking about the basics, the beginning point, and that is understanding the major scale. Now, like learning a new language, for example, when you're learning a new language, you have to learn letters from A to Z, for example, in English. So the same thing in music, we have to learn the alphabet of music. And the alphabet of music runs from letter A to letter G. And the beginning point is understanding the major scale. The major scale is what is commonly known as Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. So that is the major scale. For example, if I play a C major scale, then backwards. So that is what we call a major scale. And for you to understand music, whether it's on a piano, on a guitar, any instrument that uses notes, of course, apart from drums and those percussive instruments, you have to learn the major scale. So Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. So I'm going to spend a little time trying to get deeper into it and understanding where does the major scale come from. So a piano has the white notes and the black notes. You see many notes on the piano, but in essence, there are only 12 notes on a piano. There are 7 white notes and 5 black notes. So for you to understand this well, look at the structure of the piano. You see 2 black notes, 3 black notes, 2 black notes, 3 black notes, 2 black notes, 3 black notes throughout the piano. So if you want to get the total number of notes, you just count from one note, for example, from this black note to the same note, the following note, the same note, the similar note following it. So if I count from this group of 2 black notes to the next group of 2 black notes, so I'll count from this black note to this black note, you can hear that they sound the same, although with different pitches. So this black note is the same as this black note, the same as this black note, the same as this black note. So if I count from this black note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, back to 1. You find that there are 12 notes. If I count, for example, from this white note, the white note before the 2 black notes, to the next white note before the 2 black notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are 12 notes on a piano. Now the white notes are 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The black notes are 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's look at the names of the white notes. So the white note just before the first 2 black notes is what we call a C. So we have a C, and then according to the alphabets, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, back to C. So without repeating the C on top, how many white notes do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? Now let's look at the black notes. The black notes are what we call the sharps or flats. Now, each of the black notes will have 2 names. So it will either have a sharp or a flat. 2 names for each of the black notes. So let's take an example of this black note. This black note lies in between 2 white notes. It lies in between the C and the D. So this black note is what we call a C sharp or a D flat. So we call it a D flat because it is below the D. And we call it a C sharp because it is above the C. So this note has two names, C sharp or D flat. Same thing to this note, it will have two names, that is a D sharp or an E flat. So this note is D sharp or E flat. Then this note will be F sharp or G flat because it's lying in between F and G. So it will be F sharp or G flat. Then this note will be a G sharp or A flat. G sharp because it's lying right ahead of G, and A flat because it's lying below A. So this is G sharp or A flat. Then the last black note will be A sharp or B flat because it's lying in between A and B. So it's an A sharp or a B flat. Then we go back to the C sharp. So basically there are 5 black notes.